Hello to all my divine masculine, divine feminine energies in the collective. This is your girl Empress Man on the ones and threes. Of course, you already know how this goes. This is another one of my little blackout readings. Because at the end of the day, I don't want you to focus on what you see. I want you to focus on hearing me and my voice. Forgive me if I'm constantly doing it. My sinuses randomly decided that they want to start draining. So with that being said, you might hear that a lot. I hope it don't bother you too much, and I hope it don't affect what I'm trying to speak on today. I chose to do it a little earlier because I got some stuff that I got to get ready to do. Of course, you know that it's Saturday, so I mean I'm just setting aside some time to kind of check in with you guys and just kind of see more. But with that being said, I wanted to speak with primarily the divine feminines at this time, and I want to speak to you guys the feminine energies on working towards self love and not allowing yourself to be mistreated and disrespected. Um, because I feel that as we as divine feminines in this world, and this is predominantly for the divine feminine energies, but I mean, of course, some divine masculine energies may need some assistance with this as well. But nonetheless, yeah. So with that being said, it's like what I'm trying to get at is like I feel as though I'm tapping into a lot of feminines who could have potentially recently got out of a toxic relationship. Um, or may need some strength and wisdom and guidance as to how to get out of a toxic relationship. Me being who I am, I wasn't always like this, and I'm here to tell you that I was in a toxic relationship for 14 years with a man that I felt like was my end all be all, and I really wanted it to work out in that relationship. I allowed him to disrespect and mistreat me on many levels, and I was okay with it. When he ran into me, I was only maybe 19 years old at this time, and he was a little older, probably, I don't know, maybe 25 or something like that, but probably just a little too old for me is what I'm trying to say. Even though when you say 19 to 25, you will be like, well, 19 to 25 not necessarily bad, right? And then the reality is not, but I just felt like he was never brought up into a situation of love in his childhood, and all he knew was how to survive. And basically he never moved off love, and I realized this after I ended the relationship almost going on 7 years ago, that he was never moving off love. He was moving off survival. When I came into his life, although I was 19 and I didn't know who I was like that before I started my spiritual journey, I didn't even know who I was. And so because I didn't take the time out to figure out who I was, and I'm gonna be honest with you, as a child, I grew up in toxic situations, and it's even before I found myself really in relationships. To be honest with you, I was exposed to a lot of shit at a very young age that I shouldn't have been exposed to. And with that being said, I was always looking for love in the wrong places. And then my mom's mother ended up passing, and we had to move to out of town, and which is that is what we did. And I have to say that that was the best decision that ever could have been made on my regards as a child. Because I didn't have no idea of self worth. My dad, he had a drug addiction. May he rest in peace. And my mother, she was a lost divine feminine. At the time, I didn't know that was what was going on. I didn't even know. I was so young, I didn't understand. But what I'm here to say to you, although she stayed in this relationship for 4 to 7 years, they was married. They had 6 kids. Me and my siblings, we have the same mother and the same father. My mother and my father stayed in their relationship for up to 47 years, and it was a very toxic relationship. Thus, the toxicity rubbed off on their children. With that being said, I was their child. Not only was their child, I was their youngest child. And then because my dad had a drug addiction, and my mom was so emotionally attached to him and didn't have the strength to leave, I was thus a product of my environment. I began to get exposed to things that I shouldn't have got exposed to at a very young age. By the grace of God, I got through it. Like I said, it must have been God, because at that time I didn't even know God. I didn't even know none of that. I was just there. All I know is nothing really. So I know that a lot of my family members that are now with the ancestors at this time, they had to been praying me through that situation. sometimes when I think about it, it make me very emotional because I don't even understand how y'all don't even understand how lost I was at that time in my environment. But with that being said, moving forward as me speaking to my feminine energies on making sure that they were moving self-love at this time, this is very important for us, because I'm not saying that a lot of y'all may not have had a toxic family environment. Maybe a lot of y'all could have been in a very loving environment, but maybe still got lost somewhere along the way. And with that being said, because saw my mom make poor decisions in relationships, and that was my dad, and my dad loved us, but he had addictions. Remember, I was speaking on substance abuse and mental health issues. I don't think it was so much as mental health issues, but it definitely was drug addiction, substance abuse that he was dealing with. And, with that being said, it affected all of us long term. It was six of us, and it affected me very, very, very much so. They was not taking the time out to give me the attention that I needed. And with that being said, I went and I was seeking love elsewhere. With that being said, I finally moved out of town to my grandparents because my grandmother got sick. And my uncles and them reached out to my mother, which I'm so glad they did, because we didn't have nothing at that time. Nothing. I'm talking about nothing. Just nothing. We were staying with family members and all types of stuff. It was just real complicated at that time. And my grandmother got sick. I'm not saying that it was a good thing that she got sick, but I feel like that it was definitely a divine intervention at that time, because I felt like even then I didn't know, but what I realized is that God needed me to do something else, and that was not what God needed me to do, because the thing of it is I could have been gone a long time ago, long time ago, because I was so young. And you matter when I got to my designated location where I'm currently staying at now, I was no more than 15. So you can imagine at a very young age the things that I was experiencing. So just imagine how ignorant I was going into and dealing with those things. So with that being said, I'm here to say that feminine energies, I apologize for that. I hate when my sinuses do that, but I'm very much apologetic about that. But nonetheless, I'm here to tell you that it is very, very important as a feminine energy to remove yourself from toxic situations as soon as possible. I'm here to tell you as a feminine energy that once again I went through that for 14 years, and because I was vulnerable in my situation, he didn't take advantage of me like that. But what I'm saying is, he saw in me, because he was older, what I didn't see in me. And basically, with that being said, it was easy for him to manipulate me and mold me to be what he wanted me to be, or whatever the case may be. And because I was so impressionable, and because of my upbringing, I didn't even see what was going on before I was willing into the relationship. So with that being said, I want to just reach out to my feminine energies and say that it is very, very important that we as feminine energies, please, 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 I am begging my feminine energies, please work on self-love. Because I don't care, man. I don't care how bad you want to love your divine masculine energy. Some of y'all could be involved with divine feminines. I don't know. I'm not here to judge, but I'm just saying, I don't care how much you want to love a person, but you cannot ever love a person if you don't even know how to love yourself. Is what I'm here to tell you at this time. Like, you are going to have to learn how to love yourself. Please, when you're dealing with a person, whether it is a male or a female, and you see that love is no longer being offered in that situation, and this person is not dealing with you out of their better judgment, and dealing with you with the idea of your well-being in mind, please, please, by all means, pray to the Most High, ask for God, and please remove yourself from that situation as soon as possible. Because I feel that a lot of these divine feminines and feminine energies that I'm speaking to about this self-love, we have children, we aunties, we mamas, we grandmamas, etc., etc. The list goes on. But the thing of it is, you need to make yourself a priority. Even though with family and kids and your man or your woman or whatever, you get to make yourself a priority. You are important. I'm here to tell you that I feel that a lot of my feminine energies need to hear you are important. You matter. Me, I had to learn it the hard way, but by the grace of God, He brought me through that. Do you hear me? He brought me through that, and every day I'm so thankful for that. But it took me a long, long time to get to this realization, and I'm here speaking to those that may come after me. I'm currently 37. So with that being said, I'm coming to those who may be a little older and don't know no better, and may be a little green to a situation, or you could be a little young and you don't know no better and you're a little green to a situation. when you're dealing with someone. But I'm here to tell you, you are first priority. The moment that that individual that you call yourself being with don't make you first priority, you need to not make yourself no priority, and you need to remove yourself from that situation as soon as possible. Because if you don't move on self-love out here, how do you feel like a person will know how to treat you? Because a person is going to treat you how they feel that you allow them to treat you, right? And you have to not allow people to do you any kind of way. You have to demand your respect. And I'm not saying that you got to do nothing awkward. Like, you don't have to do nothing extra. What I say, demand your respect, is that mean that remove your presence when love is no longer being offered. The moment that that person don't want to offer you love and affection no more, and they not moving in a respect to you, it is time for you to remove yourself from that situation. I'm here to tell you, because I'm telling y'all, I stayed in a relationship for 14 years with a very toxic man in a very toxic relationship. He abused me. He cheated on me. He got me pregnant numerous times. He felt like that if he could keep me pregnant, that he could keep me under his control. I'm here to tell you, please do not get caught up in this. I want all my feminine energies out there to live for you. I don't care how much you love this person. Please live for you, because you have to move in self-love. And not only do you have to move in self-love for yourself, but if you have others depending on you, like kids, I'm speaking to that divine feminists who could potentially have kids. They are depending on you. If you have young daughters, they are looking at you. You are their example. So I'm here to tell you that you definitely are going to work on your healing process. I don't care what background that you came from. And I'm telling you, and maybe at a later date, I might go into more details about that, about my background and what the things that I went through, and why I'm so thankful to be here. And I'm telling y'all that I not only went through stuff in my home life, I'm talking about I went through stuff in my medical life. You hear me? I never would have made it without God. At the time, I was so young, I didn't even realize that. Never would have made it without God. I was moving so ignorant out here because I didn't know myself. I didn't have self-love. I didn't know my self-worth. I didn't know what I had to offer. So many people tried to take advantage of that. So many people try to take that from us as divine feminists. They try to take that from you. They try to take your innocence from you. I don't care how old you is. I'm not talking about you got to be a 14, 15-year-old. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about you could be my age, 27, 37, 18, 19, 20, 47. And they'll try to steal your life. They'll try to steal your vibe. They'll try to dim your light. But the thing of it is, if you don't love self, how you going to love somebody else? You definitely have to focus on self-love, my feminine energies, at all costs. And you're going to have to demand your respect. And the moment that respect and love is not being offered, it is time for you to leave that situation. And I'm here and I'm speaking to you, and I'm asking you to please hear my voice, because I'm here to tell you that I guess it was somebody who needed to hear this. But I am here and I am telling you this right now. Hear me. The moment that love, respect, honesty, and sincerity is no longer offered, do not stick around and wait for an outcome. That is the worst thing you can ever freaking do. If that song came out, if you don't know me by now, you will never know me. So if that man don't see your worth right then and there, it's time for you to go. Because I'm telling you, I stayed in a relationship 14 years by the grace of God, baby. The only thing brought me out of, the man did everything to keep me there. I'm talking about, was there to get me pregnant, manipulated me because I was so young. He had me thinking about the things that he was doing. He made me think that it was right. And I dealt with it for a long time until the Most High spoke to me and started to guide me away from all of that. And then once I began to stop chasing love, then I found my way. And this is what I need y'all to do. So if a lot of y'all feminine energies is currently single, be single for a minute. I sit up here, I'm not single right now, but what I'm saying is that I've been single. I was single for a long time, and I used to question, like, why am I single? But I'm single because that relationship I was in was so toxic, took all my energy. The Most High know better than you, bro. So if you not with nobody, don't be with nobody. Be with yourself right now. Be with yourself right now. But the moment that a man, a woman, or whoever that you find yourself in love with do not offer you respect, love, and appreciation no more, at that moment, love, it is time for you to go. Please listen to Empress, man. Listen to me, babies. Listen to me. The moment that they are not offering you respect on whatever level of the relationship that y'all are in, please remove yourself for you. And if you don't want to do it for you, do it for your kids, please. Please. Do not stay in this situation, because you have to have self-love and you have to be a self-motivated person. And the only way that you're going to find your way out of that stuff is if you start somewhere. You got to start somewhere on your healing process. So that is pretty much what I came on here to tell you, that I need for my divine feminine energy to stay in self-love and love yourself more, because you teach people how to love you. Don't keep giving nobody chance after chance after chance to disrespect you and come back. No, no ma'am, no Pam, no ham, no turkey. You have to deal with everybody accordingly. Everybody accordingly. So the moment they don't respect you no more, I'm telling you, my divine feminine energy in the collective, please remove yourself from this situation. It can even be some divine masculine who could have potentially be going through this, but right now I'm speaking to my divine feminine energy about self-love. Self-love is a very important thing. I am actively a healer. I am still going through my healing process, because although I am a healer, you have to heal first. So it's a process every day. It's a job every day to learn how to love yourself, to learn how to take care of yourself, to learn how to be with self, to learn how to be okay with being by yourself, to learn how to still be happy when you ain't got nobody there. When you ain't got nobody there but you, to learn how to to learn how to maintain your own happiness, to learn how to maintain your own well-being without depending on nobody to dictate to you what your wealth is. Don't never let no man dictate, or whoever you are currently finding yourself involved with, dictate to you who you are and what you should do and how you should do it and when you should do it. It's about you, and you respect your relationship, of course. Of course. Of course, you respect your relationship, but I'm telling you, the moment that love, respect, and none of that is there no more, please, my feminine energy, I'm telling you, as a woman that's dating in a toxic relationship for 14 years, I'm talking about the man tried to get me pregnant, he used to beat on me, cheat on me. I'm talking about, y'all, whatever you thought, you could name it. If any of y'all choose to follow me over on YouTube, I got a dash right in between my head. I will never forget. And I almost want to say, no. What made me leave him finally, he was trying to make me lose my kids. These were kids that I had before him. And that's what woke me up. He was trying to make me lose my kids. I mean, it was like I had to be at court, and at that time we stayed out of town, and he wasn't working. He was going through something. That's what I was telling y'all. It's important to be mindful about dealing with divine masculines with mental health. And he was going through like a depressive stage. And by me being with him 14 years, I just didn't want to walk away from my relationship. I'm talking about, I had kids with this man. I mean, I was with him 14 years, from 19 to at least 20, almost 30 or something like that. Yeah, I was like almost 30. I stayed with that man. And I tried to stay in the relationship, because, of course, because at this time I'm 30 at least, and no earlier than 29. I already had kids with him, and to be honest with you, the thing that kept me in that relationship, if I'm just gonna be honest about it, was because I felt like nobody would want to be with me, or I felt like nobody would tolerate me because I had kids with another man. And there was still a thing of self-love, because I didn't know my worth. I still, even then, didn't know my worth. I had improved a lot from when I was a kid growing up, but I still didn't know what God assigned me to do. I still didn't know that. So I still stayed in a situation, and he ended up getting me pregnant so many times, and he had me scared to leave, low key though. I ain't gonna even not lie, because I felt like he'd do something to me. So I mean, I had to like hide my clothes, and I'm talking about, I put my clothes in a suitcase on the back porch, and I hid it. And he was so bad, like he would even like be at my job, like I couldn't even go to work, y'all. Like the last day, he thought I was going to work. He didn't have a job at that time, and he was stuck on like his ego type of thing. It was only certain jobs that he wanted to have, but because we had a family, I was always like, you just got to work whatever job you got to work. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't listening to me. He still didn't try it. And I'm so pathetic, because I'm really just trying to stay there, trying to hope the man change his mind. Long story short, he never did. And I just got tired, y'all. I just got tired. I was working at the doctor's office, and they kind of knew what was going on, because it was a very abusive relationship I'm talking about. And then what happened was, him and my oldest son, he's 21. So at that time, he must have been 17, 18. And of course, and that's why I'm telling y'all, please, for y'all children, please leave. Do not stay in this relationship with this man, because my oldest two kids fought for me, and they was fighting for me, and it was so bad that my oldest son could have almost killed him. And I just had to go, y'all. He tried to make me lose my kids because he didn't have the money to catch the flight to get there, because he was staying out of town and my oldest two kids was in another state, because at the time the relationship was so toxic, y'all. It was so toxic. It was so toxic. I tried my hardest, and because we had kids, I really tried to stay there. But I tried, y'all. I just couldn't take it no more, so I just had to go. So what I'm telling you is that and then, like I said, God will put you in situations, which is divine intervention, that will just make you have to go, to go, to go. So I'm telling y'all, the only way y'all gonna y'all have to please be mindful to always move in self love. To this day, if y'all follow me over to my YouTube, if y'all choose to, I don't know, you don't have to, because I hope y'all get the message regardless of the fact. If you notice, if you can barely see it now, but he had a gold ring on his hand, and I had just got off work, and by this time the relationship was over. I had been mentally left the relationship at this time, but by the time I had mentally left the relationship, he had stopped cheating so much. I guess because he thought that if he stopped cheating now, but by the time he decided to stop cheating, it was too late. I didn't want to be with him no more, and I made my mind up. We were staying with his mom at a time, and baby, we got into it, and maybe he had this gold ring and diamond ring on his finger. I'll never forget. He punched me dead in the middle of my forehead. It's a gash, still there. Talking about, you know how you be upset that your body don't even react, and I'm talking about blood just rolled down my face, and I think I fell or passed out or something. And then when I kind of came to my senses, because it surprised me, he had put his hands on me before, but the anger that he was showing me then, it was time to go. And baby, I think when I woke up or when I looked down, I saw blood in my hands, blood just everywhere. And my oldest son, like I said, he was maybe 17 by this time. And I mean, y'all, talking about, you should have saw the hurt in my son's face that day when he seen what that man had did to me. So please, y'all, I'm telling y'all, please move in self-love. Do not rush yourself to be in another relationship right now. Focus on you. Once again, the moment that love and respect is no longer offered, please dismiss yourself. Do that for you. And if you don't got the strength to do it for you, and you potentially got kids, do it for your kids, please, because the situation is not gonna change. So that's just what I wanted to kind of hop on her and speak on. So I just need my divine feminine energy to heal. The moment that ain't offer no more, it's time to go. Okay. So nonetheless, I'm gonna go ahead and get my coffee going, because I know I'm a coffee drinker. Every day of the week, I gotta go do some refills. I got stuff to do. But nonetheless, I hope this was helpful for you. Like I said, if you felt this was helpful, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. Of course, I have a YouTube. Please follow me over there at Beauty Brains and Tarot. Nonetheless, y'all have a great, beautiful rest of your day. And of course, I'm gonna pop back out with my cards, of course. But somebody needed to hear this. Somebody needed to hear this. And if you need a more one-on-one guidance, please don't be ashamed to communicate with me. I'm telling y'all, I'm not a guidance counselor, but if you just need somebody to hear you, I'm here to hear it for you. And the reason why you can trust that is because I'm telling you, I went through it, and I'm doing self-love right now, love, self-love and self-care. Okay, that's the key word: self-love, self-care. The moment that a masculine energy or any energy want to disrespect you, especially if you call yourself romantic, please remove yourself, please, for you. Nonetheless, y'all have a beautiful Saturday. Empress Met out.